Defending a child rapist is crazy work. It's crazy work, and uh, you guys are not beating the pedo allegations. Let's get into this story. So, guys, this actually happened in June of 2024. It only came to my attention because Matt Walsh reported on it. So basically, there's this man called Kalinol. I couldn't find his last name, but yeah, his name is Kalinol. He's basically a 42-year-old man who lived in Somalia, and he came to the USA in 2006. He worked as an Uber driver for most of his life. And on the 7th of June 2024, he saw a 12-year-old, walked up to the 12-year-old, and he asked the 12-year-old, "Is your mum home?" And then what happened is the man walked away, he left her alone, and 10 minutes later, meaning in that 10 minutes, he had so much time. He had 60 seconds times 10 to decide what he was going to do, to go home, get on with his life, continue to try to be a good citizen in the United States. But instead, in that 10 minutes, he said, "I'm going to rape her. I'm going to rape her. It doesn't matter if I go to jail. It doesn't matter if I get caught. It doesn't matter if I damage my whole reputation. I have this sexual urge and I need to get it done." This is the mindset of some of these people that were importing into the Western countries. By the way, this happened in, I don't know how to pronounce it, guys, don't laugh, but Minneapolis or Minneapolis, but you guys know what I'm saying. I'm going to put it here. So what did he do? He decided 10 minutes after, let me repeat, in that 10 minutes, he had time to make the right decision, but he decided to make the worst decision that any man can make, not only for himself, but also to a young girl who's probably going to be traumatized for the rest of his life. He went back to the girl, he put his hands over her mouth, he hit her in the head with an object until she was unconscious. He took her into the car. Remember, guys, he was an Uber driver, and he sexually assaulted her. So, upon further research, this is what I came across as I'm editing this. So, the 42-year-old man ejaculated on the 12-year-old little girl's chest. She managed to wipe it off with her t shirt, and that became one of the key evidence that it was him. Do you know how barbaric, like, do you know how animalistic? You're an animal. You're a barbaric animal to be unable to control your sexual urges for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. He could have just said, "I'm not going to do that. Let me just go please myself." But no, he decided to harm somebody else. So obviously, with this child being very, very distraught, she told her school counselor 5 days after the attack. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, why did it take her so long? We will never know. Sexual assault is a very uncomfortable thing. It's a very embarrassing thing also to admit. I know most women will probably want to, leave it to themselves. Not only that, but when you spread, you're going to be known as the girl that was sexually assaulted. Like, most women just don't want to be victimized, if that makes sense. And not only that, it's traumatizing to recounter it again and discuss it. From what I've heard from victims of sexual assault. But yes, 5 days later, she let the school counselor know. And once the school counselors let the police know, the police did an investigation on this. And he was basically still sending her text messages saying, "Hey, beautiful, when can I see you again?" Oh, it makes me so angry, guys. It makes me so angry. I can't believe people like this exist. You've just done the most inhumane disgust. Do you know what? Yeah, sexual assault towards children is one of the only crimes that cannot be justified. It can't be justified. When you steal, okay, that can always be justified with, "I didn't have enough money and I'm dead broke." Not saying it's right, but that can be justified. When you assault someone or you slap someone, that could be justified by clearly just saying, "Do you know what? I That person pissed me off and said something that triggered me." Even killing someone, I'm not saying killing is justified, it's not at all, but sometimes it can be justified, especially when it comes to something like self-defense or just trying to protect yourself. But sexual assault towards a child, there's nothing in this world that can, there's nothing to justify it, especially a 12-year-old. Nothing in the world can justify it. There's nothing that can justify it. Taking away the innocence of a child, okay, knocking them from outside their head until they're unconscious, taking them into a car, doing things to them that she does not want to do, and then coming back and saying, "Hey, beautiful, when can I see you again?" You are an animal. You are an animal. You do not deserve a place in the Western world. So then what happened is that the parents pretended to be the child, and they basically texted back the man and said, you know what, you should just come back to the house, pretending to be the girl. Now, according to the brother, when this guy came back to visit the girl again, you will never believe what this innocent man, because right after this incident, he tried to claim himself to be innocent. But guess what he came back with, guys? He came back with condoms. Yes, he came back with condoms. Not an apology, but condoms. He came back. They left him in the house until the police came. And this guy, his excuse to why he did it is he thought the child was 19. So basically, being 19 years old means it's justifiable for you to kidnap someone, assault them, and then sexually assault them in the car. It's disgusting. Later on, this man called Kalino was arrested. Now, if you think what this man done wasn't disgusting enough, wait until you find out that there's an Islamic center. I believe is a mosque. Islamic center. I'm just going to say Islamic center because I don't want to get my facts incorrect. But in an Islamic center called Al-lhsan Islamic Center in Minneapolis, they defended this man. They wrote a whole letter defending this man. And this is why sexual assault is so high in third world countries, because in our communities it's normal, it's not a big deal. For example, where I'm from Congo. Okay, I was born here, but my parents are from Congo. Congo has one of the highest rates of sexual assaults in the world. Reason why it has such a high rate of sexual assault is because it's almost normal. It's normal. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I took you in the back on the corner and I did this. Is not a big deal. You're a big girl now. That's their guys. I'm not joking when I say that. That's their mentality. You're a big girl now. I did something good for you. And we're importing this into the Western world where we believe in women's right, where we believe in consent. When are people going to understand that multiculturalism, it doesn't work? Okay. People should only remain in societies and cultures that they agree with and that they is similar to theirs. But if you're coming from a country where you believe sexually assaulting a child if she's 19 or grabbing a child after 9 minutes, and on top of that, you have the whole community writing a letter saying that, oh, he's still. It makes me so angry, guys. It just makes me angry. But let's read this letter. So this is a letter from the Al-lhsan Islamic Center, Inc. Okay, it says, Dear Judge Michael Burns, we are undersigned members of the Somali community. Write this letter to express our strong and heartfelt support for the Kalinin Diri, a member of our community. Many of us first met Kalinin through our shared journey as Somali refugees, arriving in this country with little more than hope and determination to rebuild our lives. Like so many of us, Kalin has faced challenges of starting over in a new culture and learning. Oh, shut up, shut up, shut up. So you mean to tell me that the reason why he did that to that girl is because he's struggling to adjust? Oh my god. The problem is we're so caught up in this idea that everybody's equal, but we're not acknowledging the fact that cultures are not equal. You not being able to speak English does not give you the right to assault someone. And I can't believe they tried to write this in a professional letter. They tried to justify this in a professional letter. What? If you're finding it difficult to adjust and learn the English language or adjust to Western American culture, leave. Don't go harm someone. And you know what's so sad? If they're doing this so openly in places like America and in places like the USA, I can't even imagine what's going on in third world countries. I don't even want to know. Some of the stories I hear in Congo, some of the stories I hear going on in Somalia, I don't even want to know, because at least here we have a judicial system that will protect us. In these third world countries, they won't have a judicial system to protect them. Okay, because like has just been proven, they will justify it. It's disgusting. But anyways, let's continue. Before the situation, Carlin was known as a devoted family man, and the fact that you even have a family, oh gosh, and an outgoing person, he would talk to anyone he came across in the community. So he okay. What? So oh my gosh. So you're basically trying to say he raped the girl because he's someone who just goes around talking to people. So you're basically trying to justify it as him being friendly. But anyways, Whether taking his children to school or park, we witnessed his love for his family. Many of us also know how close he is to his grandmother. He's her support line. Many of us have been to his home, worked with him, met him. He also has been an active volunteer in our mosque Al-Hussein Center, where he regularly visited during Friday prayers, and you will often find this is just disgusting. It's just disgusting. Like, as if the assault wasn't bad enough, to think that there would actually be a community that will sit there and say, no, this is perfectly fine. And this is the problem that I have. You guys are probably thinking, oh, but rape happens all over the world. It happens in all communities. Da, da, da. Yeah, we know that. I know it happens in all of the world. But what I'm trying to say that there's other places in the world where this is less likely to happen, because we understand consent and we understand women's rights, aka the Western world. But other places in the world, they don't have they don't have that moral understanding of women's rights. So why are we trying to mix the two? The fact that the community came out and defended him is very, very, very symbolic of just how much that community, whether Somalians or Muslims, they condone this type of behavior. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And people who don't think there's something wrong with it should be deported. You should be deported. So I know somebody's gonna come in the comment section and say, but this happens in every community. That's fine. What I'm saying is, if a man assaults a child, he should be incarcerated. But if a foreigner assaults a child, he should be deported. You should be deported. They're both punishments. Just one person gets to stay in jail, the other person can go back to the country, because it's unacceptable that someone who's just arrived here. I mean, when you come to a country and they give you citizenship, that's almost a gift. You know, citizenship is a gift. So make use of the gift. Do good with the gift. Don't do harm with it. But anyways, guys, this story really, really angered me, but I just feel like it's very, very, very symbolic of the fact that not all cultures are equal, not all religions are equal, and we need to stop trying to convince ourselves that we can combine the two and it will all work and be la-di-da-di. No, it's not. This is disgusting. This man should be deported, and the people who even try to write a letter defending this man, should be deported too. But anyways, guys, if you guys want more videos like this, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.